SmackDown, WWE, or AEWN. Tune in to the Joe Cronin Show. When Raw live on YouTube for review and reaction. Joe Cronin and Jake break down all the action, all of it. The Joe Cronin Show, your source for wrestling opinions, news, and insanity. A wrestling podcast with attitude. Mature audiences only. Join our community of over 70,000 people. Subscribe free on YouTube to The Joe Cronin Show.
The Joe Cronin Show is brought to you this month by all the donators, supporters, and patrons, but especially these mega producers: Matt Rossmeyer, Nikki J. the Weed God, and SITH NEGAN. If you're at $50 or more on Patreon, you could join the mega producers. Thank you for your support. Let's go.
Blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding from the words I spit. So sharp, so freezing, so cold. Behold, frostbite they feeling. I could tear you apart or I could go heal them. Don't believe in fate, don't believe in ceilings. I just need a taste and my mind starts peeling. I don't pace myself, I grind on kneeling. Got lust for change, I just love the feeling. I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. And I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. Cause I'ma live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll soon be winning. I live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll soon be winning. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me,
there's 9,000 people who are gonna stand up and say, fuck Ric Flair and swing!
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got
Blood and
got
Guts.
reason. If they wanna
It's
go
Wednesday
eat,
night,
I'm gon' feed
and
them. If
it's
you're coming for me,
Blood and
eyes in
Guts.
the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know
Sammy
I'm
Guevara.
leaving. Take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding from the words I spit. So sharp,
If you're
so
in the
freezing,
chat,
so cold, behold, frostbite,
smell that like button real good with your nostrils.
don't believe in ceilings. I just need a taste and my mind starts feeling. I don't pace myself, I grind on
Eddie
kneeling.
Kingston
For change, I just love the feeling.
with Guevara off the top of the Blood and Guts hell in a cellular thing. That's right, tonight was full of WWE. I mean, let me just tell you, the Rampage Rumble, or Royal Rampage, it's coming up Friday. JR couldn't figure out if it was Cesaro in the ring or Claudio. You only had an hour to do, JR. JR, you only had to memorize, you only had to be ready for 1 hour of wrestling. You had one job, Jim Ross. One job, Jim Ross. Call him Claudio. That's your one job. You're going to be out there for only 1 hour, one match. And all you got to remember to do, is you got to remember to call him Claudio. But tonight it was Ruby Riott and Cesaro all night. Good Lord. Joe Cronin can't get a job, but we'll just call him Cesaro and Ruby Riott. Who cares? We'll just get sued. How about that? How much, what's the fine for calling them that, by the way? You know? What's the lawsuit? Don't fuck with JR, I forgot to, says Janelle. I know. But you know what? If I'm the announcer, I'm like really sitting there like Claudio. He's Claudio. You know, I do expect people to call him Cesaro once in a while, like by accident. But, you know, JR did that with, Jack Swagger, too. He was like, it's Jack Swagger and Hager. Dude, it was so funny tonight. I think Excalibur corrected it like 5 times. He's like, man, Cesaro. And then Excalibur was like, well, Claudio, it's like, oh my God. Anyway, he really does look like Cesaro. It doesn't help when his new name is Claudio, which is almost Cesaro. Like, they should have called him, like Zach. If his name was Zach, you wouldn't forget that. Because you wouldn't be like, you know, it's a C. No, you'd be like ZZZ. His name is Zack Attack. He's Zack Ryder. Good Lord, man. It's all right. You do whatever you want, JR. It's okay. Collect that paycheck. Do whatever. Hello, that's what I would do if I was JR. But tonight was fun. Blood and guts, I guess. It didn't do a lot for me. It was a good show, though. You know? Last night, Danny MT was on my birthday stream, and he brought a hooker on, and we saw her pussy and her tits live on YouTube, which is why the birthday bash stream is still down to this moment. So for the people that are looking for my birthday bash stream part 1, it's still down. I've edited out the sex celebration that Danny MT executed last night on my show. We saw her pussy. We saw her tits. We saw her piercings. We saw Danny, get annoyed with her saying that she thought I was good looking. And, that stream is still processing. The edit is still processing from yesterday. But if you really, really wanted to hear yesterday's show and you wanted to hear our reaction, I mean, that doesn't happen until the 5-hour mark in the last 1 minute of the show. But if you did want to hear yesterday's show in audio form, it's up on Patreon right now. So it's been up there since last night in full audio form, 5 hours. It's a fun show. But we did have to take it off of YouTube. It is not okay to be on there. Part 2 was kind of funny as well, but you really missed Danny MT with a hooker and bringing her on my stream naked, which we did not expect. So go check that out if you missed it. I mean, actually, if you missed it, it won't be up until it gets edited. It'll be edited soon. But it was crazy. Anyway. I thought tonight Orange Cassidy, they tried to do something with him again off his momentum with his great match that he had, best match in the last pay-per-view, the New Japan match. But then, tonight he did a little too much of the pocket stuff at first, and it's like, no, man, go out there and wrestle people.
And he fire up here. Can Orange fire up and get something rolling?
Wait, is he going to try the body slam again?
He tried it twice already.
And now Ethan Page able to avoid it.
It's a glutton for punishment. Or maybe not.
Oh, Orange comes through. DDT!
That spinning DDT is magnificent.
Whoa!
So close there for Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy's working with the crowd really well here. He's feeling it. It's looking good. Crowds worked themselves into a frenzy over Orange Cassidy. So he's working out, man. He's really working out, man. Tony Schiavone loves to say man now. JR saying it all the time, too. I really like that Christian dresses almost like a Nazi now. Or like, I don't know what these clothes are, but he just looks like a piece of shit. I love it. So he just says more of the same here, like, hey, I hope your family dies. And then they brought Luchasaurus out there looking like KANE. I thought that was pretty good, man. He was actually getting "you sold out" chants, which is great. So that was phenomenal. I'm going to go to the Discord in a second. Let's go to the last name. And I want to thank everybody, by the way, last night for my birthday stream. And like I said, the stream will be back up soon. Sorry that, there was a naked woman on the show. That was unexpected for Danny MT to put a hooker on the show, but he did. I'm actually surprised I didn't get more messages and DMs about Danny MT and his girl being naked on the show last night. I'm surprised that didn't come up more, but I'm glad it didn't. But the video will be edited soon and be available soon, hopefully. But you can listen to the full show on Patreon in audio form if you couldn't wait. Shit bum.
The Blood and Guts match this show was very entertaining. Everything before that other than Christian Cage's promo skippable. 7/10 show overall.
You know what, Alex Oli? That's exactly what I thought. You basically just spoiled everything I would say tonight. Christian Cage in that moment with Luchasaurus was great, and Blood and Guts was good. But 7 out of 10. That's exactly the rating I was going to give this. I was entertained for an hour during Blood and Guts, all right. And Christian was good. Pretty much everything else was, it was all right. So, yeah, that's basically exactly what I'm at. Alex Oli, thanks for becoming a $5 shit bum, man. And shout out to SITH NEGAN. Last night dropped $500. Thank you to SITH for the $500 birthday love last night.
You raised a piece of shit.
And Moss Blaze.
There were some parts in this match that got ruined. Jim Ross being an idiot calling him Cesaro so many times when that's not even his name. And Santana getting injured 1 minute of the match. And exposing Moxley blading someone.
Yep, we were going to hit on all those, but I'm glad you mentioned them, Pasharo. I wouldn't call Jim an idiot. I love Jim Ross, but he obviously couldn't get it right, but I'm not gonna call Jim Ross an idiot at all. And he's also still, just dealt with cancer and stuff. But Jim had some problems there. As expected, I thought he would because I know I would even a little bit, but I mean, Jesus, man, it's Claudio. Can you before the match, Claudio. I would have written Claudio on my paper, like in a big Claudio. But I don't know. That's whatever. Nobody cares. I do because I'd like to be hired, but nobody cares. The injury was crazy right away, like you said. And yeah, Moxley blading him, but at least Moxley had been stabbing him with those things already before that. So it's like he was already getting stabbed, so it just made me think he was stabbing him more, but it was weird. It was a bad shot, a bad angle. It didn't look very good there. They had some problems here tonight in this, but they also, it was also pretty good. But they had some problems. But, what are you going to do? But, overall, it was an entertaining night. And like I said, 7 out of 10. I could see someone giving this a 6 or a 7 or an 8. But I wouldn't go an 8. And I don't think I'd go so low as a 6 maybe. But, maybe a 6.8. I'd give this, so I'll give him a 7. Because there was a lot of fun little, through the table, thumbtack stuff. Going on top of the cage was exciting. That was fun. Sammy gets thrown off. Sammy's going to die. I mean, this fucking guy, right off the top, Sammy Guevara is nuts. Sammy Guevara is goddamn out of his mind at this point. Like, it's amazing. He's whacked out. I love it. Yeah. Oh, shit. What if the turkeys ate us? What if they filleted us? Hit that remix. What if they killed us and ate our children? Oh, shit. Soundwave 92. It's time for the turkeys. What if the turkeys ate us? What if they filleted us? If the turkeys ate us, if they had to hate us.
What if the turkeys ate us? What if the turkeys ate us?
Oh yeah, it's time to see what the turkeys will do. I don't know why I was playing again. Not again. Oh my god. Let's go ahead and read that donation. Soundwave.
Soundwave 92 donation. Really solid show tonight, but I gotta go 7.5 tonight. I would have given tonight an 8 if somebody got set on fire, because I am fucked up in the head. The show went by real fast tonight and Sammy is dead now, so Tay's DMs are about to explode.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Tay's gonna get those predatory DMs tonight. Right now, that is the top donation from Soundwave 92. I thought they were going to light the table on fire. They were like, oh, it's rubbing alcohol. And I'm like, oh, they're saying it's rubbing alcohol because actually what's going to end up being in it is lighter fluid. Because they were like, you don't know what's in it. And I'm like, oh, no, they're setting up lighter fluid. They're going to light the table on fire. And then they didn't do that. So, I mean, like, I was like, oh, no. Like, I was kind of hoping that there would be a table lit on fire. So, I know exactly what you're saying because I was setting myself up with that sort of same hope because we're fucking sick people. You know, we're that sick at this point. Soundwave, thank you so much, man. After everything you did last night, Soundwave 92, man, on my birthday stream last night, thank you, man. And then he drops another turkey tonight. Thank you guys for doing that last night. For my birthday stream last night. SITH NEGAN dropped $500. Moss Blaze dropped $100. And DWELSH dropped $200. And Shell was there too. And you know, SITH NEGAN reminded me that the original Four Horsemen of the JCS donation train showed up last night. So shout out to the original members, all four horsemen. DWELSH, Shell, Soundwave, and SITH NEGAN showing up last night on my birthday. And then everybody else who donated all night, man. We had a lot of fun last night. Thank you for that. And hopefully the video will be back up on YouTube soon once I edit out the nudity and the sex party that Danny MT had with his girlfriend. And I did tell Tommy NC about it too. So we'll see what he says. Anyway, I'm going to go over to Discord because in Discord is... Mustafa is in there, and so isn't Garguts. So we're going to go over to Discord now and see what's up. What up, Mustafa? How you doing, babe? You're alive after last night's stream? I can't believe it.
I literally woke up and I was like, I survived.
No. Were you here when Danny's girl got naked? You were here for that, right?
I actually missed that.
And, oh my god!
There's a I don't know what to say, actually.
Yep.
I don't know what to say.
She got naked on the show. And I'll tell you one thing about it that's funny is Asher's reaction. Like,
do you have that on display?
I do have that. Listen, this is the sound that Asher makes when she comes on the screen naked completely. Thank God he's of age, you know?
And fucking the neighbor.
Like I think he lost his virginity right there.
Was that like the first time he ever saw boobage?
Yep, that's the sound Asher made when Danny MT's naked girlfriend's pussy was on the screen.
This is another reason why sex ed is important.
Yep. Well, you know, he was excited, you know. Oh, and by the way, for those that didn't see this last night, you missed something special. I did tweet it out. I tweeted out the censored version, so the people that missed it.
Did you ever see when fucking Al Bundy and fucking the neighbor were trying
and
the fact that Al Bundy gets a
where the fuck were you at?
Where
was I at? I was literally never ever land, dog.
He was dead.
Oh man, you would have loved it last night. Oh man.
Oh my god. Oh my god, dude! Somebody already has a screenshot of it and has already made a name about it.
I feel like AJ Adams would probably be like a great like agent, or like, yeah, I'll hook you up with a smoking hot chick up in LA. I got you, bro. I'm like,
Oh yeah, I seen last night. I just started laughing. I said, "What a slut!"
Oh,
$100 slut at that.
Oh, wow.
Jesus.
Benjamin. Quite a lot.
Well, it was an interesting night last night, and the video is still processing. So I edited it. The edit took until 1 p.m. on it. I didn't have to do anything, just clip it. And now it's processing still. But so if anybody wants to hear the birthday stream, it's on Patreon in audio form. But the video may not be done until tomorrow, but it will be up. The birthday bash will be up. And the first time she showed her tits, we missed it, so that was fine. But the second time we saw her, she was giving birth.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she spread them open for us.
Yeah, like we saw her open vagina and piercings all over.
Eagle?
Yes.
Yes. She spread them open with her fingers. Saw everything.
What if the Eagles ate us at this point, y'all?
Well, I don't know what that means, but it's probably some mulatto thing that you guys make a joke about. I don't know. But let's go.
It probably is, and it's probably something I just stumbled upon. So good observation. But at any rate, let's get to the show, man. Holy God. Start off, I guess, in the beginning of the night. Again, Orange Cassidy. He
won me over because you know what,
dude?
Because in this match, because I loved. Well, obviously we loved this pay-per-view match. It was amazing, but tonight he started pissing me off by doing the pockets thing too many times. Like it cost him in the match, and that was annoying me.
He did it too much at the pay-per-view.
I know, yeah, and that's my problem. Is like, well, why do this? Like why not just do it for like a taunt, but don't do it?
But yeah, like I would say the less is more cliche definitely would apply and make it more like, for example, like when Jerry the King Lawler like took off the strap, right? That meant that he was about to kick your ass.
Strap on.
So when he does that, puts his hands in his pocket, it means like, okay, we're gonna have some haha, but it also means that I'm about to like, make a comeback, and it should be a comeback, But at this point, you know what I mean? Again, you're just coming off the high of the pay-per-view. I was even surprised they even booked him on the show tonight. But again, the demand is there. So Tony's like, all right, we'll put him, we'll put him on. Or maybe he was already booked. I don't know. But it was nice to at least have him just to get that pop. And of course, Detroit, great wrestling town. Definitely gave it, their approval and all that. And definitely saw the pay-per-view based upon that reaction. So kudos to Orange Cassidy. He's going up.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I did like it. I ended up liking it. In fact, as it got more into the wrestling, I liked it more and more. So I was like, good, because he is good when he wrestles like that.
Right, but the whole point of his character is that it's got to take a lot for him to basically wrestle normally. Because again, his character is saying, "I don't care," but if you give him a reason to care, that's when he'll fire up. That's the psychology of his character.
Yeah, no, I like him. I do like him overall, but
you really like him. I know that.
I really like him, but I think that what is this? Oh my God, I will.
More boobage?
No, Leah sent me something. My daughter.
I was gonna say, more what?
Do you guys remember when we went to the carnival thing the other day?
Yes.
Well, they I know we're talking about wrestling here. I hate to drive, but this is really quickly. My daughter won this tiger at the show.
Yeah, you were talking about that.
She called it Tiggy or whatever, and she left it at the show. We left it there, and I feel really bad because she loved it. She won it and loved it. Well, we just got the advertisement that the same carnival is going to be the town over, in this week. Because they travel.
Do you think they're going to have him?
I bet they do, yeah, because they had tons of them. So I said, Leah just texted me. She goes, go get that fucking tiger. Look, it's going to be...
You better win.
I got to win, yeah. I'm going to drop $10 on a balloon.
You have no other choice, Dad. You better win.
That's hilarious. It's that one that travels from, like... They're from Mexico, I think, or from Texas. One of the two.
Mexicana.
In fact, the whole country probably sees this. That you know fiesta shows. You ever hear of them?
Yeah. They spread around like, a certain part of the county or a certain part of the state, and it'll stay for a little while and just hit territory to territory.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So everybody knows them, but they're up here right now, or at least one version of them. I'm sure they have a couple, but yeah, so they were actually kind of far away the other day. They were like 25 minutes away. Now they're even closer next week. But that's great. So they show up tomorrow. So guess what? I'm going to go win a tiger tomorrow.
See, this is why your daughter's a good hand, because if she says she wants something and she doesn't get it, she'd be like, Dad, please go get it. You're like, okay.
Well, see what I'm going to do is I'm not going to tell her. I'm gonna tell. See, I told her. I told her I called the place, and like I said that, like, oh, you know, whatever. So I'm just gonna say
win 3 of them just in case.
No, oh yeah, start
She
keeping
might
them
get
hidden.
spoiled.
She was so excited because she was destroying. But yeah, anyway, this could be good news. This is good news. And because I found out the local place, the reason why you can't find this particular tiger online is because the local place that makes them and sells them is out of them, and they ran out of them because this place bought them. Like they bought all 500 of them or whatever.
So you better hope and pray that they still have those things, man.
Yeah.
And don't get a replacement.
I'd be like, I want that. I want that friggin' tiger right there. Anyway,
$100 for this little tiggy.
So what's after that? Christian is after that?
Yes, as Christian does the promo, which, by the way, you mentioned he looked like a Nazi. I mean, he looked like a stormtrooper's captain in command. Like, you know, and I love the look for him because as a heel, you know, again, same thing what Edge did.
It's really just an English look. He has an English look, like a British look, but that just screams like we're taking your land and stuff.
Oh yeah, like a leader type role. You know,
it's not just that. It's the whole. Vader. It's the way the button layout is, the color, and it's very German.
He's basically
it's very German and British looking. So we're just gonna stereotype that he hates people.
He's like a heel. He's like a heel from Pirates of the Caribbean type of thing.
Right. Exactly. But in the modern era type. But yeah, exactly.
In the modern era, and he actually has hair. So.
Yep. He's losing the front of it though.
Yeah, I guess. But you know, the whole thing with him, and then Luchasaurus comes out with that look, and I'm thinking this is actually kind of cool because you would think that, like, and again, he's been a babyface for so long. I wonder what he was like to be as a heel. This is a great opportunity for him to just destroy people.
Oh yeah,
and I'm actually looking forward to this. But again, it's like, who's going to be that first opponent for him? That's going to be a legit opponent, you know, going forward, because he has to face somebody, probably Warlow, I'm assuming, down the line. Or
no, who's the one that's like everybody dies? Him. He's gonna be.
Oh, Lance Archer. He's
babyface. Him being babyface. Like
Yeah,
again,
he sucks no matter what he is. Really.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, again, he's got like this Big Show / Paul White type of experience where he goes from babyface to heel, and there's no real way to like embrace him. Based upon his, again, he's got charisma, but not to the point where like I want to care about that charisma completely.
Right. Yeah, I'm not the everybody dies thing has to go.
I mean, yeah, I mean at this point it was great in the beginning, but then unfortunately just the way that everything has happened, and again, just because you lost doesn't necessarily mean that you can't be who you are, but I just get a sense that because of the way he's been booked, I don't feel like I want to care about him at all.
Right. They could fix that. Like, they just never have.
Well, I mean, again, the fact that you're with Jake the Snake Roberts and you couldn't get over the humps that you had to go through, then damn, that's sad.
At first, it was great. We were like, oh, this is perfect. He looks great with Jake, I guess. And then it was just like, then Jake didn't talk enough for him. Then he talked too much for him. Then he talked not enough. And now we realize why they talked for him. But then it's just cringe, man. That everybody dies thing is so cringy. So we gotta fix that, man. Like, he's gotta get rid of that. The Murder Hawk. He seems like somebody who's like lame. Like, he loves like those flame type of t-shirts. It's like, ugh.
Do you feel like he's lost in his career?
I think he's lost. Yeah, I think that somebody needs to take control of his whole character. I think he's in charge of it a little too much, and they utilize his creativity, but it's not good. I think someone needs to take control of his whole thing, you know.
Yeah, a fresh painted coat, as they say on Something to Wrestle With. But anyways, we have Scorpio Sky in the back with Warlow, and they're talking about the TBS. The TNT Championship, and it's pretty much going to be a street fight coming up next week, I believe, on Dynamite. And it's pretty much Warlow's saying, hey, bring your entire brigade, bring your entire Alpha Academy, bring them I said Alpha Academy, bring your entire squad, and just pretty much like, let's fight. And if I could beat up all the security guards, I could pretty much beat all of you guys and take the championship home. And yeah, I'm actually, you know what? I'm going to look forward to this one because I know that Warlow for a long time, obviously associated with MJF, but it would be great to see him in a role that, again, he's already over. He's basically the Goldberg WCW over. and I just want to see him just like but personally, Joe, I really want to see him in a not just in a demolition derby, but just to see him actually use psychology and really wrestle. And I think Scorpio Sky can actually provide that based upon who he is.
Yeah, no, I think you're probably right because, yeah, it'll be good. Scorpio Sky is pretty good as a heel. Not really because I like him too much, but that's okay. He's great in the ring, and he's been pretty good as a heel. So, like, he could get better as a heel, too. But, yeah, no, I like that. You know, and I hopefully in the ring it will help Wardlow more than anything. But,
yeah.
Go ahead. Actually, wait a minute. Oh, yeah. No, go ahead.
Go ahead. So what's up, AJ? What's on your mind?
Oh, boy.
No, I'm chilling. I'm not going to say nothing. I'll let you talk.
Oh.
Well, I mean, again, like, you know, we had a lot going on tonight. There was a lot of smoke and mirrors in terms of, you know, what we were going to get, especially, I mean, again, we'll talk about this with Joe when he comes back, but we'll talk a little bit about it. But we have a couple shows coming up. We have the Grand Slam that's coming up that's going to be in Arthur Ashe. And I'm assuming they're definitely going to try to sell more tickets, probably maybe increase the capacity, hopefully maybe a little over more than 20 to 21,000. And we don't know any matches, obviously, for that yet because it's down the line in September, I believe.
It's August to September. We're on there.
Yeah. So
hey, Mustafa, I'm about to run away real quick, but also, man, throw out your idea after this. Jump into what do you think about this Rampage Rumble or whatever the fuck?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
That I'm assuming is going to be some type of battle royal situation.
No, it is. It's such a Royal Rumble ripoff. That's all. It's just funny. I like. Do you like the name?
Rampage Rumble.
That's what they're calling it.
You have 20 men that are going to be battling to see who's going to be the #1 contender for the interim AEW World Heavyweight Championship. I haven't really taken a look into. I mean, again, I'm assuming it's going to be a who's who in the battle royal, if you will. But yeah, it's definitely going to be. I'm assuming Royal Rumble style, or it could just be regular battle royal style. Either way, I know that it's going to be one of those cases where, again, it's probably going to be somebody that we're not expecting that gets a title shot, which is actually would be refreshing. That's just my give and take. What do you guys think? No, it's too quick. It's too soon. I think, in my humble opinion, I think what's going to happen is with MJF, probably at the next pay-per-view, which I believe is All Out, he'll make an appearance, whether he be interfering in a match or after the match and then beat up and said, hey, I want my freaking title shot and I want to challenge whomever it's going to be, probably at the last pay-per-view of the year, which I believe is Full Gear. I'm still not letting that go, where I think that MJF is going to be the World Heavyweight Champion by the end of the year. I've said this before. Plus, also, there's no reason why MJF can't be the longest reigning and defending AEW World Heavyweight Champion, especially since he is the most hated athlete, wrestler, whatever you want to call him, in the company. And there's been no mention of his name. There's been no mention of whether if he's actually been suspended, benched, whatever. He's just home. And if you remember the last time he was in the ring, he left through the crowd. So there was no announcement publicly. So I'm assuming that it's just he says, I'm just walking out. Okay, I may not get paid, but I'm just basically going to, in storyline, I'll come back when I want to come back type of thing. So we still have that. And then we also have a couple of other different situations. Oh, yeah, I totally forgot. Let's talk about, before we get to the women's match, let's get into the tag match. The 6-man tag, we had the Ass Boys, if you will, the Gun Club, along with the Acclaim, taking on Danhausen. And we had mystery partners that we didn't know until Danhausen gets on the microphone and says, I mean, I just found some wrestlers who I thought were pretty good, and then walks out FTR with all their gold. And I'm telling you, man, Danhausen is entertaining. Is he my favorite, like, quote unquote wrestler? Probably not. But I think Danhausen is not, again, for a long time, just like Orange Cassidy, you have two characters that are comedic, that bring a certain sense of entertainment that is needed in AEW, because yes, granted, we have great wrestling, but you still need that entertainment factor to really give us some, a positive up,
like gag characters that make it more entertaining for the audience.
Yes, and also in hindsight, it's good because especially when you have a gruesome main event, you still need that ha-ha. Especially if you have like, kids in the audience, you need that ha-ha.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. There were a lot of great moments in that match where whether it be the ass slapping of one of the guns, or just the overall suplexes and by FTR, there was a lot of great combinations, and then of course the finish. You know what I mean? Now we know that Homeboy is no longer on the wheelchair, and he's actually standing upright. He tries to cause a distraction, but ends up hitting one of the guns. He gets taken out, and then it's a 1-2-3, clean in the ring. Obviously, not clean as far as the pin, but other than that, we have Danhausen and FTR going over. Now we have the new rivalry between the Gun Club as well as
The Acclaimed.
The Acclaimed, and we obviously been waiting for this for a bit. I can't wait because I'm assuming the Acclaimed, as you guys all know, are going to be the baby faces in this, and the Gun Clubs are going to stay the heels.
Yeah. Are they going to be contending for the title as well?
See, that's the other thing too. They've been undefeated, or was undefeated for a long time in just tag matches, but unfortunately, they were only on Elevation and Dark. Why were they not called up to the main roster sooner? Only Tony knows that, and some of the other people behind the scenes.
Maybe you could say it's punishment for what happened a couple months back, but that's still.
But it was nothing. No, honestly, there are people that are getting punished. I mean, Jeff Hardy. I mean, I don't want to call it a punishment, but the thing is that he messed up, and now he's going to rehab to take care of himself. But again, Tony Khan saying this is your last chance, and he even said in an interview recently, while we're on that subject, that the differences between Jon Moxley going to rehab and Jeff Hardy going to rehab are two completely different subjects. John actually came forward and said, I need help. I need to go into rehab. And he wasn't driving behind a car, putting other people in danger. So that I can absolutely understand. It's still a long road to hoe for Jeff. And again, sobriety. Let me tell you something. Sobriety is not easy for anybody. I don't care who you are out there, whether you take pills, do drugs, drink, whatever. Any type of addiction is going to take time. And matter of fact, it's not going to happen overnight. And even as you no longer intoxicate yourself under any circumstance, then again, it's still, a hard road to climb because, you have to understand that it's still, something you have to wrestle with every day, no pun intended.
Yeah, because it's still there and it's going to loom around you.
Yeah, and allegedly Matt Hardy came out recently with some information, giving a little bit of hindsight that one of the reasons why Jeff keeps going through this is because it has, it goes back to their mom passing away at an early age. And they both loved their mother, as I'm assuming the whole family did. But apparently this might be one of the different reasons why, again, Jeff doesn't have that calming. Again, he's got his wife, he's got his children, but he doesn't have that piece that he feels like is missing from him that he has to take care of, And again, he's,
I was going to say, he's been given so many chances. If you look back around.
Oh, yeah.
Like 10 years ago, right? Or it was Victory Road 2011 against Sting. Yeah. Or in 2011 when he fought Sting, and Eric Bischoff came out to, changed the whole match because he came out fucking.
I watched that live, by the way, and I remember watching that, and I knew something was wrong. And the reason why I knew something was wrong was Jeff took so long just to get down to the ramp, and then by the time he got to the steps, he fell over, and I'm like,
yeah. Then the referee threw up the X sign, and that's when,
Yeah, that was after the fact, but still, though, it's like Jeff wasn't selling, and then by the time because I think he kicked out at 3, which in normal circumstances that's a great move, but the thing is, though, he was not in his right mind, and he got up, and it was like one of those circumstances going, and thank God I didn't pay for that pay-per-view, but still, though, it's like, what the hell was I watching? And then, of course, the fans were going, this is BS, and Sting is yelling at the top of his lungs, I agree.
Yeah,
but
I remember
that was years ago. And then, of course, by the time he got back to WWE, he did have a small, issue that he had to, take care of. And this is I think after when he got injured too. But again, him going out and him not being under the influence, again, we were all by his side, or at least a good amount of people that were still supporting him, which I'm still a Jeff Hardy supporter personally, but
Yeah,
still,
me too. But the thing is, I don't think I know what you're saying about the whole addiction, the whole thing about addiction, because I've seen it before many times. Sadly, I don't want to come off as, rude or anything like that, but I just don't see Jeff Hardy just fucking finding himself. I think.
Well, let's ask the chat. Let's ask the chat.
Yeah, but besides time only answer that question.
Well, let's just ask the chat real quick. Do you feel that Jeff Hardy can stay sober from this day forward, going onward? God forbid, because again, at this point right now, I could see the pessimism within the IWC, but I want to ask you guys in the chat: do you guys feel that Jeff Hardy can remain sober from this day forward, going forward? Because again, I wish Jeff all the best. I want him to finish off his career strong. But again, even Matt Hardy went on BTE recently and gave his honest opinion, even though that it was still a bit of a work. He still shot at the fact that, I was trying to, get the Hardys back together for this last run and various other runs. But, obviously the ball keeps on getting dropped. But it's like, again, it's been me pushing the ship. But it's like, I can't just do this alone. I could, but I don't want to.
Yeah, it's like the same thing with, what's his name? Fucking Jimmy Uso or whatever the fuck. One of the two brothers, they have problems as well.
How in the hell this dude still has a job, I will never know. But
dude, it's been going on for 4 times already.
Normally it's a 3-strike you're out rule. I mean, again, when Randy Orton was going through his stuff back in the mid 2000s, again, I'm thinking to myself, one more screw up and he's gone. And luckily, he's been able to get his act together, his life together, and. I remember actually when he started to trim down, because remember I don't know what he was on. I don't think he was doing steroids, maybe growth hormone.
He was on a certain PED.
Yeah, or something, whatever he was on. But then by the time he actually got ripped and shredded, I'm like, okay, now I'm seeing a different Randy Orton, and he remained that way ever since. It became even better in ring and on the mic, and yeah, man, he's been better ever since, and an asset. That's the other thing too. When you're good and you know that you're giving it 120% every freaking week of the year, bro, nobody has to convince you otherwise to say you got to do anything else other than just keep getting better all the time by just being yourself. And Jeff at this point, I mean, again, it's not just his career that's in question, it's his life, more importantly.
Do you think he should retire from pro wrestling or no?
Jeff, to me, still has some value left, but again, it's getting to the point where it's like his body is really getting in the way of, God forbid, if he can't do certain things by the time he gets older, which he already knows he most likely can't. I think everybody kind of knows that, but with Jeff, I want to see him finish strong. I think everybody wants to see that, and they go riding off in the sunset and eventually get inducted into the Hall of Fame. Great.
Yeah.
But
any addiction, it just fucking hurts everybody, man. It hurts everything, dude. It just stops the fucking train in its tracks, dude.
But the show keeps going.
Yeah,
that's the other thing too. Yeah. The show keeps going, and we still have. I mean, again, we still have a lot of great tag teams that are, whether or not they're, they're not in their prime anymore, but they still get out there and get the job done. I mean, I think just this year alone, the Rock and Roll Express just retired on their last run and tour. But again, these are guys that have been wrestling since the 80s and kept going strong even as they were going into the Hall of Fame. And I mean, do you remember a couple times when they were on AEW and they were helping a lot of the young guys, including Private Party? Do you remember that Canadian Destroyer that they did? I believe it was Santana.
Yeah.
Ortiz. Oh my gosh. And that was in the beginning of AEW. And again, that's why I love, there's a reason why veteran tag teams should still work.
They've been around longer than rock and roll.
Oh yeah, they really, really, really help the younger wrestlers too. Put them over, make them look good, sell their moves. Like for example, right? Remember WWE's Enzo Amore and Big Cass versus the Dudley Boys? That's one example I could think of right there.
Yeah, actually, there was a recent video that I found. You guys should probably look it up. It's somewhere on YouTube. But it's the Dudley Boys and the Usos in the ring. I think it was some type of tag match. And Bubba, I think it was on Main Event, and Bubba is like beating up one of the Usos. He's like, "This is for your father." Boom, hits him in the head. "This is for The Rock." Boom, "This is for your mother." And he's just trying to get the heat on him, and it's so hilarious. I have it somewhere. I'll probably post it up in the on Twitter or somewhere.
That's where they came after me on Saturday Night Main Event. That's where Bully Ray got in front of me and was like, "Motherfucker."
You can fuck him up, Joe, right?
No.
You know what? I got to be.
Don't.
You know how I said like I could beat up Ryback and that, and I was like I could take out Ryback. I sort of meant that. I might not be able to. That's sort of part of it, but like I'll tell you what, Bully Ray, no, that guy would kill me. Like,
dude, Bully Ray's the type of guy to be that one uncle at the fucking barbecue.
Well, Joe, you know how you get Bully Ray, right?
Yeah.
You do not fuck with him. He's and listen, Joe, he's big. He's really big.
Joe, you could beat him. Just give him some cocaine. He'll stop.
Yeah, I could beat Bully Ray. I could beat that guy.
You beat the shit out of his old ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean he stunk. I will say that.
You know who I want to fuck up? Haku.
Oh God, no!
Haku put you in the hospital. What the hell?
No.
Dude, Haku beat up 7 guys all at once and practically gouged somebody's eye out that was laying on the bar.
He'd eat you and throw you in the trash.
He's not gonna do shit to me, bro. Fuck that fucking.
Oh, okay, you try that. Okay.
I can't even believe Haku is here. Like, do you? I was sitting in my living room in New Hampshire. My dad was alive. I was 5 years old, and I watched Haku at WrestleMania. I can't believe that guy still is around now.
Bro, he's
gonna end up just like fucking Rikishi, or not Rikishi, Yokozuna and fucking Umaga.
He may be up there in age, Joe, but dude, he's in great shape.
Yeah,
even in his
old
age, he is in great shape.
It's weird how like I can't believe it. Then again, Sergeant Slaughter's around. I guess I don't know.
Okay,
or the Bushwhackers
in a wheelchair.
Yeah,
no, the Bushwhackers are done.
Well, actually, Bushwhacker Luke, I think he's doing some bookings actually in the Northeast.
Yeah, but the other one has like the fucking, what do you call it? Not the braces, the fucking whatever the fuck you call them. People who can't walk or some shit. They have that.
A wheelchair?
No. But they put it in their arms. And
the damn crutches.
Heroin?
Yeah, crutches. There we go. Yeah, one guy's like, fuck, bro.
yeah, we might as well just move on, Joe. But anyways, going on with the women's match, Jade goes over the local yokel, and she's asking for more competition. And of course, we have a run-in with Chris Statlander, and I always call her Amber Moon. I apologize. I'm not keeping up.
Amber Moon? Is that what you always call her? Amber Moon?
Ember Moon.
Oh, because Amber Moon sounds like a porn star. That's a porn name.
Hey, that girl was fine as shit that she was wrestling.
Oh yeah, huh?
But at any rate, they get the beating on them after the jobber pretty much turns on them, and it becomes this whole thing where she wants to be the next baddie. And
wait a minute,
we pretty much
Mustafa.
What?
Oh my god, bro! You were like, damn, like you just like bad like a sheep or something. You're like they turned on them. Did anyone hear that? Please tell me you heard that.
Got fur on my
Because Amber Moon sounds like a porn star. Listen to this. Porn name. Listen to this.
Hey, that girl was fine as shit that she was wrestling.
Oh yeah, huh?
But at any rate, they get the beating on them after the jobber pretty much turns on them, and it becomes this whole thing. It wasn't me, dude. That was my damn Wi-Fi.
That was you.
Dude, Your Honor, ladies and gentlemen.
No, sir, that's a lie. That was
dude,
you
know, it's not. I know it's just happens.
For the truth and whole truth. So help me God. On them and
Mark that
them and.
Oh my god.
But to continue what was going on, Chris Statlander and whatever the fuck your name is.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
They stop, or the match is already done, but they confront fucking what's her name, Ember Moon, that one black dude, and some other fucking broad, and what? That one midget guy.
Well, I mean, why not? Why isn't it the white guy? Like white dude, that white dude. Why is just the black guy?
White guy. There's
oh, they don't hire black people. That's right.
No, dude, you ever seen that one black referee with a thick ass? That one guy?
Oh, in WWE?
What the hell?
No, in AEW.
The guy?
What? No, I haven't.
Look at his ass.
Oh, the guy.
Dude, his
the
ass
male.
is fucking
Yeah,
Like,
dude.
thick.
Yeah, he's got a weird ass. Like, it's very strange.
Like a Ahmed Johnson apple
No,
bottom.
like it's something that you just want to just like fucking grope, you know? Like,
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No, it's
the
just way
queers
bigger than
coming out,
everything.
man.
Like compared to the rest of his body, it doesn't seem right. Is what it is.
It's like disproportioned.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
not
like
just
staring
like
at it.
the width.
You think
the
he got
width-
gel butt?
it's a
the
watermelon
width
ass.
and the
Yeah,
girth
'cause he's gonna
of the ass, like the ass cheeks just pop out, you know, in the back.
Like he's been in prison too long or something?
No, like it's almost like his ass cheeks have been working out and they're on steroids, but the rest of his body
Yeah,
is normal. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what
he's
it's
in
like.
jail getting tore up. Hell.
It's not
What's that-
round.
what's
It's
that
not like
rap song?
round. Ass
What's that
cheeks
rap song?
popping.
Thick.
Oh my
What?
god, I'm too
God.
white for that song. I don't know what that is.
Yeah,
I'm too pure for that. I prefer rap, not trap.
I'm too.
No,
pure.
you're not pure. You know, do a DNA test. No, I'm just kidding. I was like, what the fuck? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh
Go
yeah,
ahead.
and fucking what's your name? Jade Cargill's tits were gonna pop out.
Oh god, I
Fuck.
love her. She looked amazing tonight too. Jade
That
Cargill.
girl wrestling was unbelievable.
I want Jade Cargill to snap my face in half.
Dude, every single time I see Jade Cargill, I think of my ex because they both have the same bone structure in the face, and I just fuck.
What, they look like
I
a
get
guy?
emotional.
Oh,
Oh shit, trans?
Sammy Guevara.
No,
Man, he's gonna be dead.
All right, let's get to the main event. So we got blood and guts, and they bring out JR for this match. Again, I don't understand why JR didn't do the whole show, but I guess they just wanted to put him on just for the main event.
They
There
wanted
you
to
go.
make
No,
sure
they said they were just
because
gonna
they know
have
that
him
he's
just
gonna die soon.
do big matches.
They knew
not
he was
like the
gonna.
whole show.
They knew.
If it's not the fucking foot cancer, it's gonna be something else soon.
Oh my god.
Why
What?
are we talking about JR's death? I want to talk about how he lives and breathes, bro.
Well, he lives and breathes amazing. Look at him. He's fucking kicking ass at what? How old is
Still
he?
smoking
69?
cigarettes and everything. Like
JR's 68 or something, right? 65,
Like
66.
a fucking soldier.
Hey, is his wife still alive or she dead?
Oh my
Oh,
god.
she's
Come
been
on,
gone, bro.
man.
Are you
What
serious?
The
Oh
fuck?
my god, I forgot.
What the fuck?
Come on, AJ.
Oh,
Get
he's
with the
70.
program.
I'm sorry, I forgot. I'm sorry, I forgot.
Come on, AJ, bro.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, JR, about your wife.
Knowing you get him a scooter for Christmas, you piece of shit.
Oh my gosh. All right, so we have Claudio and Sammy Guevara starting off, which, by the way, on paper, this sounds awesome.
Yeah.
But the moment the bell rung, it was like the first, 15 seconds, it just looked like debacle. Like, I don't know. I think they were trying to go for some type of combination, in between the ropes to the apron, but that got botched.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, are there going to be more botches to come? And sure
Oh,
enough.
Oh.
There was.
They said Jim Ross actually had chemotherapy today. Some grid says. I thought it was. Wait a minute. I thought he was in remission. I thought he literally
I'm
just
sorry,
said that.
JR. And say about your wife.
But I thought they just said that JR tweeted out like it's gone, and now it's just waiting for the scar to go down. So I didn't think he had chemotherapy.
He rubbed some barbecue ointment on his fucking scar.
So did he?
Yeah.
did
By
he
the way,
fall on her? But anyway,
drink every time JR calls him Cesaro because he couldn't figure that out.
Dude, did it then? Taz said Ruby Riot today.
Yeah.
Ruby
Yes.
Soho.
Well, let's talk about this. So JR, even back in the Attitude Era, would get names wrong. Like, for example,
Yeah.
Triple H and Cactus Jack
I've
at
done
the
it.
Royal Rumble. Yeah. Again, it happens. It's live TV. And remember, JR has been in this business since 1972, or 1974, rather. And the guy is a wrestling historian even within that. So again, of course he's going to get stuff wrong, especially at this point. He's in the prime of his life. Yes, he lost his wife, but again,
No, he's not in the prime of his life.
Dude,
Wait
this
a
guy's
minute.
seen a lot of
He's
shit.
He's a loser. He died.
He's been through a lot
He's
of
in the
fucking-
twilight
Dude,
of his life, but not.
Dude, he's living his best life, bro. He has a job. That
No, I
people
agree with what you just said.
Dude, he has
yes.
a fucking bump pump in his fucking house.
Bro, he is living his best life, but he's not in the prime of his life. You know what I mean?
he's living his last 3 years out. I mean,
What?
I'm assuming he's eating prime rib in Florida every time he goes down to his Florida
No,
house.
he's eating wings.
The prime of his life was like 40 to 48, or like 40 to 58.
His
probably.
prime was Attitude Era 99.
Yeah.
98.
he was in the 80s. He started in the 80s.
Yeah, but I mean,
What?
he was still kind of goofy in the 80s.
I wonder if he has a big dick.
Oh yeah, I bet he does. I think he does, like a big thick one, like a 5-inch thick one.
You think whenever he gets a blowjob, he puts the fucking barbecue sauce on his dick?
He says it's a slobber knocker.
You know, by God, you can put this barbecue sauce on
Slobber
your
knocker.
wings. He's at the final stage of his life and got a hot girlfriend. Oh, he's got a girlfriend?
I can't get the point out. These people won't stop.
Wait, he has a hot girlfriend?
You know what? No, just go. Get it all out. Get it all freaking out, okay? Can we not?
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done. I'm ready to move on. Cesaro looked like a beast in this match, though. He looked big.
Yeah, so basically they're chopping each other, they're punching each other, they're uppercutting, everything under the sun. And then at one point, Sammy Guevara goes up to Ty Conti because he's trying to be a heel and just kisses her through the cage, which I thought was interesting.
He should have fingered her from the other side of the cage. Just start fingering her.
Tired of off the top cage crash pad spot. Looks, thumbs down.
You know what? As far as crash pad things go, I thought this looked pretty good this time. Because
Sammy wasn't going to land on the table. That he was going to land
on the table to me.
It was like dressed up tables with the AEW logo over it.
Yeah, and you could tell it was a crash pad just by the aerial shot.
Right. You're like,
well,
someone's
you could
going
tell.
to that.
And we knew somebody was going off. We knew that. I'm not surprised that it was Sammy. You know, I mean, I thought maybe Jericho might do it again, but he's probably like, yeah, you know what? After last year, probably not again.
Yeah, and nobody appreciated it. Fuck that.
Right. Yeah. So then, of course, the next person, because you remember JAS, Jericho Appreciation Society, got the Duke on Sunday when they got the advantage. The next person to come in for their team would be, and I have him right here, right? We have Guevara right here. Oh my God, what's going on with my notes? Like, are you
Wait
serious?
a minute. Wasn't it, JR's dating Rebel?
Daniel Garcia.
Yeah, Daniel Garcia. Yeah. Came with the fucking durag on and shit.
Daniel Garcia.
Which by the way, Cesaro was trying to go. Claudio was trying to go for the swing, and Daniel Garcia cuts him off, and then he go to a commercial break. Now, let's talk about this real quick. How did you feel about all these commercial breaks during Blood and Guts?
It was ridiculous.
It's inflation.
What else are they gonna do? You know what I mean? I just went, well, you know, what are you gonna do? You got to have them.
They got to get them out earlier in the show. I don't know why they
you got to pay them bills.
Now, didn't what they should have? I don't know, but some of these times Tony Khan says like it's going to be commercial free. So what I would have done is I would have done my best to try to get some kind of sponsor for the second half. Maybe they did that and they didn't get it. But that's what sometimes Tony Khan has done that. Tony Khan has gone out and gotten like a sponsor or somebody, and that didn't. I don't know. So, but I just figured, you know what? That's not what happened. So I was okay with it because what are you gonna do? You got to have the commercial breaks.
Yeah, and
they can't have all the murder in the show or something.
What?
I can't want them just have all of them at early in the show.
Well, you know who should join the Blackpool Combat Club? Fucking what's his name? Fucking. What's his fucking cocksucking name? The one dumbass from CZW.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. The guy
he fought fucking Chris Jericho.
Yeah, the guy who can't really walk anymore.
Yeah, what's his fucking name? That fucking dumbass.
The pizza cutter guy.
Pizza cutter, yeah.
Nick Gage?
Oh,
yeah,
Nick Gage.
Crack Granddaddy?
The Grand Wizard.
No, but honestly, you know what? Lee Moriarty should be in the fucking BCC.
Yeah, he could work. I think Nick Gage is too
he's too gruesome for TV.
He's just not good. He looks like
he's too crackhead.
He's a piece of shit.
Yeah, he is.
He's a piece of shit, Gargan says.
No, he's not, dude. Poor, I feel like
been in prison for armed robbery.
He's a fucking crackhead is what he is.
He's a
dude. I just feel bad for the guy, man. Grew up in a rough life, Fucking his brother died, committed suicide.
Well, plus, I mean, he's white too. I mean, like that's so. I feel bad.
God damn it, Joe.
He's a trailer. He lives in a trailer park, and
do you know how hard it is to be white now? I mean,
I know, huh? I feel bad for white lives matter,
and a man.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's a man too, and we don't even know what a woman is anymore.
All right, so now we come back from commercial break, and Wheeler Yuta gets into the match. There's flying elbows going around everywhere. Wheeler hits a couple German suplexes on Garcia, Sammy and Claudio, then uppercuts Sammy as Wheeler hits another German suplex. Then the next person to come in is Jake Hager, and at one point, Hager and Claudio are staring each other down. Now, for those of you who don't remember, they were part of the same tag team, We the People, along with Dutch Mantel, and now they're facing each other again, and they're throwing haymakers at each other. And then, of course, Hager gets the advantage. And I believe the next person to come in is Moxley. And Moxley brings in a chair, starts, kicking ass, taking names. And yeah, there's just a lot of stuff going on. I mean, I tried to do my best to keep up with my notes here. But
no, there's a lot.
Moxley,
I gave up.
I was actually kind of.
I gave up for stop. I was like, you know what? I'll just remember whatever later. I don't know.
No, what do you think about the chopsticks?
No, Safa's doing. I know what he's saying, dude. I saw the whole match too. Fucking, I think German suplexes are becoming too oversaturated, bro. It's just too much already.
Super kicks are becoming more oversaturated. I'll take German suplexes.
No, not Canadian destroyers, dude.
That too.
Every single fucking match you see, they always pop up a Canadian. What do you fucking call it? Canadian destroyer, whatever the fuck.
Thumbtacks.
Nah, you know what? They need fucking more pizza cutters. More pizza cutters.
Because that was different.
More light tubes.
You know what I want to see? I want to see a dildo with a knife tied to it.
Yes. Dude, get a fucking kendo stick, put a dildo on the ending, and just ram it right in fucking Jade Cargill's ass.
Yes, and you know what? That stupid bitch that, you know what? All he had to do was try to, catch Jade, Jade
Wait, man, I got a fart.
What Jade Cargill should have done, when she was wrestling her, or when she's wrestling Jade Cargill, Jade, she could have suckered her. She should have just pulled out an EBT card and thrown it over to the left and distracted her for a second.
Suck her nipple.
And then hit her in the head. I'm sorry.
Dildo that shoots a fireball.
Angelo Parker then enters the match. He's trying to dip and dodge like a dodge, like they say in, dodgeball, true underdog story. And eventually gets caught by Claudio and hits Parker with a gut wrench suplex. A lot of suplexes in this cage match. And Hager then slams a chair on the ankle of Claudio. Hager then chokes Claudio with the chair. A lot of action going on at this point. Then we go to another commercial break, or actually right before that, Ortiz comes in, and this is the part where everybody's just going gaga over. He starts getting some high offense in, and now Ortiz also brings in the barbed wire baseball bat, I believe. And is about to go downtown. Actually, no, that was Santana, but and then we go to another commercial break. Menard enters. And it's just chaos at this point. And there's just again, people are just bringing in the glass. Moxley brought in glass, and
on the mat.
Yeah, and Powell drives one of the JS.
He was Parker.
Yes, Powell drove him right on the glass. Which, by the way, in hindsight, Joe, if you're Powell driving somebody on the glass, you're taking more so of the bump than the guy that's landing on his head.
Yes,
well, the problem with I hated this spot because that's obviously sugar glass to me, and I wanted to eat it. I actually got hungry for rock candy during that segment. I'm not kidding.
Oh, man.
Crack kills, man.
Goes in your ass with a fucking glass shard, just pokes your booty hole.
Ooh, no, it's totally safe, but it's if it was real glass. But
there's just a lot of flying cutters. There's just literally suplexes up the yin-yang, power slams all over the place. And, let's just get right to it. The fact of the matter is Santana comes in with the barbed wire baseball bat, gets a few punches in, goes for a Uranagi, and if you watch the video clip very closely, you can see his knee, because it didn't straighten out, it just buckled, and I can only imagine it's his knee, not necessarily his ankle or anything.
Oh, it's his ACL, I bet you it's his ACL.
Officially out. He was officially out the entire match.
Oh yeah, no, he tore something because
more fucking injuries, dude.
Dude, he planted himself and tried to do an Uranagi,
Uranagi,
a Nagi Nira, and
Nagar,
or Nagi style,
an N-word rock bottom. No, so
stop it, damn it, stop it.
He tried to do it like The Rock when he was doing it on some guy who's I think bigger than him, right? The guy was much bigger. And it was he lifted him with that one arm and it put all the weight down on that planted leg, on that planted knee. And so he tried to get a little styly with it. That's really what happened. And it popped. Something popped. MCL, ACL, I don't remember where the two are located, whatever the lower one is. I think it's MCL maybe. So
I'm trying to find all the list of injuries that we have thus far.
I'm telling you, man, he fucking tore his goddamn MCL.
Who's that, Eddie?
Santana.
Oh, Santana, yeah. Eddie said he fucked up. He broke his toe.
Well,
no. Allegedly, he also said up on top of the cage. We'll get to this in a bit, but that he messed up his back.
Oh.
And
the toe is just gonna, the toe is gonna take 6 weeks to heal on its own, and that's all you can do.
I'll be all right. He'll be cool.
He can wrestle. He'll
I
wrestle
gotta
with
say,
it.
man,
that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
I think the next fucking major injury we'll see in AEW is gonna come from Darby Allin. I have to say that shit right now. Okay. Darby's gonna do some stupid shit.
Won't it be really funny next week when Tony Schiavone walks out to the ring and he falls over and rolls off the ramp and ends up?
Oh God, he pulls a Vince McMahon and ruins both his quads.
Then he messes up his hip, gets rushed to the hospital 3 days later, pronounced dead at the age of fucking.
Oh my God, dude! What the fuck is wrong with you?
We go from injuries to
Didn't
death.
Arn Anderson fucking fall off the ring? So
yeah, he fucking did. Oh my God, what an old fart. Oh my God.
You know what? This is where you got to bring in some of those unused talents that we see on Dark a lot, and get
dude, Brock Anderson, the fucking his friend, and all that shit. All those people.
Well, again, I always complain. I always complain about wrestling company having a deep roster, especially guys that are not being used. But in this case scenario, thank God. But yeah, Santana, again, I feel so bad for him because I can only imagine, because Eddie, you could see it on the video at certain points where Eddie's like talking to Santana. He's like, "Yo, bro, what's going on? Are you able to continue?" And he's like, "No, man, I can't, man, my leg's gone." And Santana basically is like, "All right, so we're gonna have," and I guarantee you, on the fly, there were so many spots that had to be taken away, and they had to improvise.
Yeah,
just to keep up the flow of the match.
We don't even know, like, who knows what
there
they.
Was a spot where he was supposed to squirt that fucking alcohol everywhere and fucking light it, and they fucking just didn't do it.
That's what we thought. That's what we said because they were like, who knows what's in that?
Of course.
Well,
plus also
when Jericho was getting it through the fence. High Conti accidentally squeezes the bottle and it fucking squirted on his chest. So I was like, I'm pretty sure that's why he didn't want to do the spot.
Here's the thing. They were looking at the monetize this episode where you squirted your thick, warm ketchup all over your fucking sexy body.
That was hot.
I don't get why they wouldn't but they also did the table spot right after that. And I was like, I thought that was the table they were going to put the fire on.
Let's talk about that for a second. That
they should have had.
Was not cut properly. It was not cut properly because the way that Jake landed just felt awkward as hell.
Well, I don't think it was. I think it was really just. It's never a good idea to put someone through the table that way.
Long ways.
Like there is no reason you couldn't bring the table through the ropes, put the legs down, and do it the normal way. Because that way, doing it that way can get you a concussion. You know, that's not the way you want to put. So I don't know, but that seemed to be the way they really did want to do it. So I was like, okay.
Yeah, and when Jake landed, you could see him holding his head like as if he thank God he wasn't knocked out. But damn, if that's not a freaking concussion.
Yeah, he bumped his head for sure.
The high spots that AEW does, because every single week it's all the time high spots and all these fucking crazy debacles. They should tone it down just a little bit. Okay?
Well, again, after all the injuries, especially dealing with the fact that you got it, I kind of had a feeling that there was going to be a severe injury, especially in this type of a match. But you didn't. I mean, you didn't think it was Santana.
Who would think it would be that way?
I gotta say right now, dude. I don't know why I'm thinking of this shit, man. Because the fucking talk about Jeff Hardy, but I was gonna say that who's that one dude, Angelo?
Yeah,
I think in 10 to fucking 15 years, he's gonna be a meth user.
Yeah. Oh. The only reason why I didn't think Sammy was gonna go through that table, that crash pad table thing, was because it was kind of far away. You know, it looked a little further away. I didn't realize how much.
AJ, mute your mic, man.
Is that AJ? AJ, you tell all those other. Well, never mind.
When Hager and Cesaro.
I'll tell all your brothers to fucking pipe down, motherfucker.
When Hager and Cesaro got face to face, Zeb Colter should come out in his wheelchair and gone, "We the people."
Oh Lord,
we the white people.
Did they do a "We the People" spot? I fucking missed it.
No. They didn't do a "We the People" spot, but they definitely faced off and they were beating the crap out of each other, which again was a great spot. But then we get towards and again, remember Eddie Kingston brought that rubbing alcohol, whatever the hell he had, and then the next thing you know, it's out of the cage. Was that the same alcohol bottle that they were trying to push through the cage hole?
Vodka.
Yeah, I don't get. Oh my god.
Did you see that fucking thing where fucking Ty Conti's pussy was fucking coming out?
Yeah.
The split was just,
It was just like fucking meme city right there.
I smelled it.
Man, dude, AEW cameramen are fucking amazing.
Yeah, her lips were coming out of there.
Yeah, just like Danny MT's fucking shit. Oh, actually,
It's like Danny MT's whore the other night.
Oh.
All right, so then Ty Conti then does the ref bump spot with Aubrey Edwards. Basically gets the key and unlocks one of the doors of the Blood and Guts cage. Out of nowhere comes Ruby Soho. Let's say it all together. Ruby Soho.
Wait, 3, 2, 1. Ruby
Soho.
Ruby Soho.
Yeah. Ruby Riot. That was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, and then Ruby Soho basically beats the piss out of Ty while she's still in a dress and in heels, which I thought was interesting as they're going to the back.
They couldn't quite make it. They almost made it, but nope, not in those heels.
Yeah, and then the next thing you know, we have Chris Jericho and Eddie Kingston, which, by the way, that camera shot of Jericho climbing and Eddie laughing was a great shot.
Yeah,
of him just saying, "We're gonna have some fun."
There were some good visuals in this, and you know, WWE is usually who does that right, and these guys did a good job.
Yeah, Sammy Guevara climbs up to the top of the cage. Now, there was almost a point at that time where I thought, what if Eddie does go off? I had that feeling of like Mick Foley when you think that the babyface is going to get what he wants, but what if they threw Eddie off, right?
What if?
But then,
what if they did?
Let's just have fun. You gonna fucking jump out like by accident and just fucking fall and die.
Let's just have
fun. I mean, again, Sammy Guevara taking that bump, and again, he's been taking serious bumps over the past couple years. I mean, I thought of you remember when New Jack threw over Jack Victory at that XPW show and just almost completely killed him.
The way he kind of like Christ fell from the top. It's a very
right. Basically, he throws him off, and he said in the Dark Side of the Ring documentary, was like, I thought he was going to hit the floor. I wanted him to hit the floor. And
I mean, imagine you get your foot. All it takes is the foot to get stuck in that rung on the top or whatever, like the wrong, or oh
anything,
my god,
just anything, just like you know, you getting Charlie horsed and you fall wrong or whatever. It's like, you know, you trying to jump into the pool from your rooftop and you just miss. Again, and the margin of error is so small. And when he did do that dive, I mean, thank God that crash pad was as big as it was.
Yeah.
Just imagine
if the crash pad took anything away from it, just like it did last year when everybody's like, Chris Jericho can't fall off a fucking guy.
I honestly don't, because that was that was different.
Have a crash pad, there would be a fucking injury right now.
Right.
Oh, look at
how good that one looked though. This one looked really good.
Maybe a concussion from whiplash, but that's about it.
I wish that they had 4 of them though around the whole cage. That way you wouldn't, you know, it was less suspect. Yeah, the only thing that made this not that suspect is it was further away. I was like, damn, that's far away.
Suspect.
Yeah. I mean, again, imagine if they had like, you know, like the Tower of Doom of those tables, like the 4 tables in the ladder match.
Oh my god, imagine he went in the front row, he went overshot it and killed. Oh my god.
Killed the fans.
Killed the first 3 people.
Yeah. No. They just body surf his carcass out of the arena.
Dude, remember that one time fucking Seth Rollins was gonna get fucking killed by the spear from the fucking steel cage?
Oh my god.
Fuck.
But at any rate, yeah, he takes the bump. Now, I felt, Joe, that the baby faces should have went over to get their heat back. Just, you know, because they've been losing over the past number of weeks. They needed to get that win back. But this is what's so funny about the finish. And this is why, again, I love good quality wrestling storytelling. Both Claudio and Eddie Kingston are on top of the cage. They're putting submission holds on both Jericho and one of the other members of JAS, and you know who's going to get the tap out. And Claudio's guy ends up tapping out before Chris Jericho taps out at all. And that sets up the story where Eddie is like, what the hell, man, blah, blah, blah. But then eventually he actually, I'm not sure if he broke character or he was just like, whatever. He then starts talking to Claudio going like, yo, dude, can you stand up? And he's like, dude, my back is screwed, but I'll be okay.
Right.
Yeah.
This match had a lot of, in the words of Enzo Amore, slop jalop, but dude, it was still entertaining as hell. Everyone got their ass whooped. Dude, Yuta climbs up to the top of the cage when they're getting their hands raised. He still has like C's and rows of thumbtacks in his back. He is a tough MFer.
Did you say heifer?
Man, Wheeler Yuta's like that one fucking kid from Thailand or Bangkok that you know this kid's got potential. So they bring him to America and he does all.
What the hell?
Dude, why did Jericho's entire crew look like fucking Devo?
They look like a boy band.
They look like a gay Clockwork Orange guy.
You must whip it.
Yes.
Whip it into shape, Joe. Whip it into shape.
I'm gonna pass out, dude. Oh my
Your mama's
God.
mad.
He's like that one guy from Bangkok. Who has potential?
You like Bangkok, Joe?
Oh my God,
Bangkok.
no, why is no
Want to
one
go to
laughing at
Bangkok,
this?
Joe? They'll serve wings.
No, hey, I want to go to Bangkok. It's like a Bangladesh.
Oh, I don't know what that means.
No, that wasn't funny.
Oh yeah, I kind of do. No, you ruined it. Oh my God, dude, that almost killed me though. That I don't know why that. What am I high right
Bangkok. Is it just the name Bangkok, Joe?
now? No, it's not that. It had nothing to do with that. Just the idea of like it's like that one guy from Guatemala who finally who makes something of himself.
So it's Guatemala. Okay.
No, it's
No,
just,
but you know, like you know how like in every country there's that one miracle kid, right? He's
Yeah.
he comes from a poor, run down little neighborhood.
It's the obscurity
they
of
play
that
with
he,
sticks and mud and shit. Like
What is
that.
this?
Like in
Slumdog
Brazil, right?
Millionaire?
most of them
in
just grow up
Brazil.
to fucking grab bananas out of trees, but this guy
They
grew
live
up.
in the slums and shit.
My
There's fucking
God.
killing and rape and
Oh
murder
my
everywhere.
God. Holy shit!
Well, he's
dude.
from Japan. Where's he from? China?
Get a
Japan?
banana and jump off it.
Yeah.
He's from Japan, right?
That's how
Joe's
he
done.
is living.
Oh my God!
Probably lives in a rice hut in the mountain somewhere.
All right, but at any rate,
Neil,
overall,
go
what did you think of the match overall? Thumbs up.
Yeah, thumbs up.
Yeah, thumbs up overall.
8 out of 10.
It just didn't flow well because of all the commercials and everything. You know,
Unless if you're watching on the TBS app,
Yeah.
when we don't get the commercials, then it's fine. But
I should have done that.
I mean, again, I feel so bad for Santana because he literally missed the majority of the match when he got in. And again, it's not easy when you'd be wrestling like again week in and week out, and just one little move that you can do that's so simple can literally take you out of the game. I mean, again, we hope Santana, heals up pretty quickly. But again, there's a lot of guys that are out. Like we have like over a dozen wrestlers on the AEW roster alone that are out with injuries.
Right.
And again, we still haven't heard from Kenny Omega when he's coming back, and
he's not going to come back, man.
Well, we know that also CM Punk is going to be coming back sooner than later. I'm assuming because again, he still is the champion. But again, is he going to be making promos soon? When is he going to at least come back to do some promos? But
the thing about Kenny is this: Vertigo, it's gonna stay with you for quite a while. Same thing with back problems and shit like that.
Well, Joe, Joe, I'm not a doctor, but can you recover fully from vertigo?
I mean, all you can do, it's like post-concussion syndrome where it's like it comes and it goes, but it also like you want it to go for a while. Like if you get it, like you said, it's never going to go away. But if you get it, right, and you have it 1 week and then you have it next week and then you have it a couple times the next week, but then there's other times where you don't get it for months and you don't notice it and it doesn't seem that bad.
And
so
all of a sudden it just comes back like nothing.
Yeah, so but he's in the loop of he hasn't taken even a break from what I understand. So
well, I mean, he's been off since November, so I mean,
he's busy working on the fucking game.
Oh yeah, and the video game and behind the scenes stuff, of course. But I think, I mean, again, I don't even know how often. I'm pretty sure he still goes to the gym and works out, but again, how much to the point where it's going to be like a great comeback in the ring? I mean, I don't know.
We're just gonna have to let time find out.
Exactly.
He's come back from pretty bad injuries.
Yeah, he's coming. Yeah, and again, he's wrestled hurt. I mean, again, there's a lot of guys still to this day that still wrestle hurt. I mean, Randy Orton, for example, was wrestling with a bad back probably for a while, and again, it's everything starts to catch up with you. And remember, Randy also had shoulder issues where again it prevented him from doing certain things, but that's what happens when you get a little bit older and you start getting a little bit more rugged.
Remember that fucking reporter told him, "Aren't you kind of weak? You always get injured." And he was like, "What'd you fucking say?" Pushed him.
No, I'm not. Omega's coming off of a major injury on top of having the vertigo, right?
Injuries.
Yeah, a bunch of injuries from fucking 2017 to now or some shit, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So I think they're just taking it easy, and he's like, the vertigo isn't really going away, so I'll just take it, kind of easy as well. He can go out there.
I don't know how often it affects your motor skills in terms of how well do you work behind the scenes, whether it be reading or
it's more like you just get fucking dizzy to a point where you can't really work it out, and you might collapse or some shit. So let's say he's working on the fucking desk, right? All of a sudden he feels a little woozy. He's like, oh shit, my fucking head.
Yeah, and also, mind you, I believe he lives alone. I don't think he has a girlfriend or anything like that. So
he's probably watching hentai right now.
The kid's in the basement. Sorry.
He's with Ibushi.
Well, Joe. I mean, he did do the Human Centipede bit on BTE for a Halloween special. So I mean,
The Human Centipede?
He did a bit of that, basically mirroring or doing a parody of the Human Centipede.
Oh, is that like a sex position?
It's a horror movie, which I don't understand why the concept. I'd never understood that.
Equilibrium's off because it's in the
dude. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. I just thought of some weird shit. Like when you say Human Centipede, I was thinking like these three guys. Like, well, never mind. I can't say that shit. No.
Well, you just said it now. You might as well. You might as well say it now.
Thinking, like what they do is like they all put their dicks in their assholes and they just walk in one straight line.
Wow, that popped, Joe. I'm surprised.
I don't know. Wow. I don't know why. I'm in a mess. Anyway, I give tonight a 7 out of 10.
I gave it a 7.5 only because they did all work their ass off, and despite all the the mishaps, and it does happen. It's live TV. It was in Detroit. The crowd was hot. I'll give it a 7.5 just to be nice, pretty much.
All right, there you go.
I'm gonna make some fucking tacos first. But I'm gonna make them while I go live.
There you go. I'm doing an early night tonight. I had a big day, big night last night, big day today. Got to get that other video to process. My birthday stream is still processing. I got to play the donations though. I'm gonna play the donations. Yeah. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna wrap it up.
Joe deserves head.
Yo, I don't think I'm gonna get that tonight. But
what does everybody want?
Head. I knew I said I'd be off the air by 11:30 tonight. I know that though.
What does everybody love?
Leah, man. You know what you got to do? Get your
Mustafa's cock.
You tell Leah, hey, Leah, look at some pizza came in the fucking front house, right? She opens up the box like your fucking cock right there. Say, hey, have some of this fucking Irish fucking sausage here up in your mouth, babe. Right there.
Dude, I'll put a camera on. I'll be like, have some of this fucking Irish dick.
Hey, Joe, what does everybody love?
Irish dick.
Garguts. Bye. Good night, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.
Good night,
Joe. Donuts,
Thanks for being here. 7 out of 10. Hey, blood and guts, baby. Everybody bled. Everybody almost, except for Claudio, pussy. Sorry. What a pussy, Claudio. Come on, man. What are you doing?
Shit bum.
Junior proves once again, the greatest is Gordon Soley.
Oh, come on. Get the fuck out of here, Mr. Pico Boulevard. He'd probably agree with you on that, but not me, man. I like Gordon Soley a lot, obviously legend, and he's a great guy. But, maybe Gordon Soley from beginning to end. But JR, man, no one will ever beat JR from 1997 to, 2002 or whatever you want to call it. Jim Ross, man, come on. Jim Ross, we love you, brother.
Wing! Shit bum.
Shit bum. Who's coming in now?
Show was okay. Dynamite's been on the slide lately. Taz needs to go. He's absolute crap on commentary. 5/10.
I don't think he's crap, but I never really loved him or love him on there. Julio Scissors, thank you for the $5, becoming a $5 shit bum. I like Taz as like a third or fourth guy, not saying a whole lot, but coming in once in a while. But I don't like Taz as a lead guy, so I do agree with you there. But I think Taz brings something when he's like the third or fourth guy in for a color of some kind or whatever you want to call it. But, generally kind of agree with that. Thank you, my friend Julio Scissors. That was an hour ago. Sorry to make you guys wait for these donos to come in. But I got lost there talking to those guys. We're almost done. But I'm going to finish off these donos.
Basketball dance off the concrete. I mean, I'm just so sick of you little meth head devil worshippers. I'll be honest, I'd like to take a big bite out of your face.
You Americans eat turkey. Us Filipinos eat kids.
Oh.
I'm going to eat that white piece of vanilla curd virgin boy Asher put angina mogago. Come here you kiddo, I'll treat you worse than Casey is raw and AJ Adams get molested by mongoose vinegar.
Oh my God. What the hell?
Do a little basketball dance.
That must have been General Santos.
I mean, I'm just so sick of you little meth head devil
Christ.
worshippers. I'll be honest, I'd like to take a big bite out of your face.
Oh, and I love Rostifa. Salute to you, my senor. You are a good man. I admire you. Keep up the good work. Everyone give Mustafa the respect he deserves. Goddammit, now.
Give Mustafa the respect. What are you, JR, calling everybody Cesaro? General Santos with the $3. Thank you.
You raised a piece of shit.
Pico here. Poll. Sammy dies in ring, as Jeff Hardy's passenger,
Oh.
or AIDS from Tay's putrid clam box? Perhaps acclaimed / Billy Gunn versus Ass Boys / Road Dogg feud? Love Jr. but euthanasia may be best option.
Oh my
Great show last
God.
night.
What the hell? Danny's girlfriend's pussy for co-host. Jesus. Alberta Hogan. Thank you for subbing to the channel. After all this, it's amazing that you would want to sub to the channel. I'm Joe Cronin. Last night, my birthday bash was so crazy. It was one of the funnest streams of the entire year. Many people said that, but you still can't watch the replay of it because we're still editing out the point where a crackhead who has CTE and his girlfriend came on the show, or whore, I'm not really sure which one, and she came on the show and showed her pussy and tits out of nowhere, and that was not good. So we had to take that down and edit the end of it, and hopefully the video will be back up soon, if not tonight, by tomorrow. Still waiting on the processing. It still says processing, I think. Let me go take a look. It says... And for some reason, it takes hours and hours to process. But I'm looking now to see if it's done. And no, it's still processing, guys. So it's... I don't know how much longer it's going to be, but... There it is, still processing the 5-hour to 5.5-hour legendary birthday bash last night. I want to thank you guys for all the donations. Hundies were dropping and bouncing around. But again, we have to wait till it gets... You can see part 2, though. Part 2 is about an hour long, and that's up. But part 1 is available in full audio right now on Patreon if you're a patron. So go check that out, guys, if you want something to listen to and you know, whatever. For $1. For $1 on Patreon, guys, you can hear it. So it's up there for only $1. You don't have to be a $5 or $10 or $20 one. I put it up for everybody tonight. So shout out to everybody. We have 185 patrons. 185 of you right now can go listen to the 5-hour broadcast from yesterday. You can hear the part where she gets naked, too. Although it's not video, it's just audio. Thank you to Cole Zeller, who became a $5 patron. What up, Cole? John Zippe, $5. Also, lifetime huge supporter of JCS. Thank you. Michael Ryan, and of course, Chili Cheese J.
Duncachino?
Thank you, sir. Thank you guys very much for making my birthday night fun. It was fucking crazy last night. SITH NEGAN dropped $500. Moss Blaze dropped 100, and DWELSH dropped 200. Soundwave 92. Shell, everybody that was dropping donos. Danny MT's whore. Shout out to her pussy. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Let's recharge. I'm tired as hell from this week. See you tomorrow.